We didn't get any kills in mid. I was going to say, I think we missed a few stacks on Rage, but we really didn't. Maybe the one on Odin, but I don't think we would have gotten the kill on Odin had we not done what we did. We're going to use our ultimate onto the Hell. We're going to dash into her, toss her away from her tower, use our basic attacks, and we're able to clean up the Hell. Poseidon's here, gets a little bit of damage onto the set, but misses his ultimate. We're going to use our 1. That is a 655 on his 1. One more basic, and we're able to clean him up. What a do, skibbity boo! It's your boy SeanyB Gaming, and today we have a viewer request to play Mercury in jungle. If you are new to the channel, I upload every single day. I add some commentary to a game that I've already played with the intention of seeing what went right and what went wrong, and hopefully there's something that we can learn together. If you are a returning viewer, Mercury is a late game monster. We're going to be going the crit build instead of the one-shot power build, so let's go ahead and jump into Mercury's kit. Mercury's 1. Mercury's going to deal damage in a circle. As you level up this ability, the circle is going to get larger. This ability can critically hit, and it can trigger ability related item effects, not basic attack related item effects. So what that means is if you were to build the Crusher, you could get a Crusher proc from his 1, but you could not get a Quinsize proc from his 1. Mercury's 2 is maximum velocity. It has a passive, so whenever this ability is not active, Mercury's going to gain increased movement speed. Once it becomes active, Mercury increases his attack speed and cleanses himself of any slows and becomes immune to slows for a short duration. Mercury's 3, Mercury's going to dash forward and stop at the first enemy god he encounters and spins around them. While he's spinning, he's going to deal damage to them, and then he can throw them in any direction he pleases. Mercury's ultimate. Mercury's going to gather some energy. As he's gathering energy, this ability is going to extend the range at which it can travel. Once Mercury casts it, he's going to dash through any enemies, stun them, and cause them to spin around. Mercury's passive. For every 1 unit traveled, Mercury is going to gain 0.08% physical power bonus on his next basic attack, which caps out at 40%. Mercury also gains additional physical power equal to 25% of the movement speed from items or abilities. So we had a pretty standard start of going speed blue harpies, using Hand of the God on the harpies, and now we're in mid. It looks like the enemy jungler did not do the same method. We accidentally blink right there. But since the enemy jungler did not do the same rotation that we did, we made it to lane before he did. Since we have lane pressure in mid, we're going to invade the enemy red buff with our Poseidon. This is a little bit sloppy. I knocked the camp out of the Poseidon ability. Poseidon knocks the camp out of my ability, and we're off to a great start. We're going to go ahead and rotate out, make our way to the oracles. We're going to hit these bad boys with Poseidon. So right now Poseidon is missing a wave, but between the enemy red buff, the oracles, and our red buff, he should be able to gain more XP than he's missing in the wave. Our solo lane is able to pick up the first blood. That's going to be an additional 500 gold for our Cthulhu. We see that left lane is a little far pushed up, so we're going to rotate left. This might cost us a little bit of XP, but if we can get a pick right here, it'd probably be worth it. We dash onto the Artemis. We're going to toss her back to our teammate. We take a little bit of damage from Ymir. We get a poke onto the Artemis. Fat Ymir freeze. Let's see if we can catch up to this Artemis. We're able to get her, and now we're going to go ahead and rotate out. So we do have enough money for the tier 2 boots, but we're going to try to buy Golden Blade before getting our boots, which means we actually need 1350. Our speed just respawned, so we got a little bit of walking to do. This is going to mess up our timer ever so slightly. We're going to go ahead and hit this wave in mid, get a little bit of the XP, and split that with Poseidon. We're going to rotate to our speed. So typically, you want to try to be on your speed camp as soon as it respawns, so that way you can start the rotation as soon as possible. But we were all the way in left trying to chase a kill on the Artemis. A little late to our speed, but we should be alright. Not too worried about our health or mana, because the Jungler's Blessing is going to give us health and mana for each camp that we kill. So with Mercury at level 1, we're going to put a point into our 1. At level 2, we're going to put a point into our 3. Level 3, point into our 2. We're going to put another point into our 1. We're going to max the 1 out first. We're going to put points into our ultimate whenever we can. And then I feel like most people are going to want to use the 2 to max out after the 1, but I'm going to max out the 3 this game. I think the 2 might actually make more sense, but I'm not going to have my big boy basic attack damage online until the mid or late game, so I'm going to hold off on leveling up the 2. So we just picked up Golden Blade. Golden Blade is going to provide us 30 physical power. It's going to provide us 15% attack speed and 10% movement speed. All basic attacks that land on an enemy are going to deal 50% of the damage to surrounding enemies if they're within 15 units. We're going to go ahead and hit this red buff with Poseidon. So Golden Blade is going to allow us to farm really effectively in the early game. Right now we don't have a whole lot of power or damage. We might be able to get an ultimate off right here, make a big boy play. We get our dash off, we get the stun onto the Artemis, we miss our 1. We're going to toss her back to our teammates, and Cupid is able to finish it up. So now we're going to rotate out. Since we missed our timing on speed, all of our camps are a little bit off, so now we're just kind of looking around for anything that we can farm. We have plenty of health, decent amount of mana, so we're just going to want to hang out and farm as much as possible. Right now, we're not necessarily looking to fight people or to participate in team fights. If we can show up and gank somebody real quick, that's awesome, but we're not that strong yet, so we're just going to kind of hang off on our engagements. Speed's almost up, so we're going to hit these harpies and then rotate back to speed. With Golden Blade, we've recovered more mana than we've used between Golden Blade and the Jungler's Blessing. So we are just in farm mode. Our blue should be up, so we're going to head straight there. I don't know if this Cthulhu is going to make it here for the XP. We are playing a full team of 5, so we do have comms with everyone. I did let him know that I was working on his blue. We're going to rotate mid, see if there's anything we can do to this hell. The mid harpies are up, but we're going to try to help our teammate before going for the camp. There's 2 people in mid. So we try to get a little bit of damage off. And this is exactly the fight we do not want to be taking early game. So we're going to go ahead and use our ultimate. We missed that, and now we're really going to get out of here. Taking some damage from hell, so we're going to fall back, use our dash. So we lost a lot of health right there. That was a very bad engagement to be taking this early in the game. Whenever we get a few more items online, we could melt 2 people in a scenario like that, no problem. We're going to work on our red buff. They're here, so we're going to immediately dash away, try to avoid any damage. Hell is still chasing, so we're going to blink away. That is the beauty of blink. We can use it to engage on somebody, or we can use it to save our skin. We do have enough money for the tier 2 boot, so we're going to go ahead and back and buy that. You don't really want to back for tier 1 boots because the tier 1 boots aren't going to provide you any power. They're just going to provide you a small amount of movement speed, but the tier 2 boots are going to provide you a little bit of power. So you typically want to back whenever you can buy the tier 2 boots or the full tier 3 boots. The harpies are up on the right side of the jungle, plus our chalice is almost full, so we're going to rotate over here. Next, we're probably going to go to the mid harpies and then maybe make a gank attempt on mid. Oh, nope, our speed's up in about 6 seconds. So right here, as soon as the yellow starts blinking, we could start our basic attacks, and whenever the camp spawns, we should be on our final hit of our basic attack combo. Mercury does have a basic attack combo. He's clearly right-handed because he punches right, left, right, and the first and third hits do more damage than the middle hit. Clearly right-handed, right? We are maybe going to make an attempt on this Odin. Odin's a very tanky boy. He did just use his dash and his shield. We missed our jump. We got the Odin ult. That's good enough. We're going to go ahead and rotate out. That should help Cthulhu in his lane just a little bit. Let's see if we can sneak up on this hell. She's not there. Poseidon checks the enemy red buff. It is down. So we're just going to clear this wave with him and then probably rotate to our red buff. As jungler, we want to facilitate all of our teammates getting camps. So we're responsible for the speed camp, the blue camp, and the red camp. We can leave purple camp to the dual lane because they have 2 people. They can usually get it by themselves. Hell is on Poseidon. We did not see that on the mini-map. We're going to immediately turn around. That is Hell's CC immunity. We're going to go ahead and alter, and the minions are able to clean her up. Set rotates in. He's doing a decent amount of damage, so we're just going to avoid this fight for right now. Nobody's rotating mid, so it's really just me versus Set in mid. Looks like he backed up, so we're going to rotate back and try to get some of this minion XP. We do have a ward. Looks like we might have even placed a ward. Good for us this early. What are you doing here, Set? No. Why are you here? So right now I'm calling for all my teammates. Cthulhu is coming. Poseidon's also on his way. I have my blink. I'm going to blink out. Very nice. So, some questionable blinks this game. Our very first blink, we blinked onto a minion wave to do absolutely nothing. And then the next two blinks we've used just to purely get away. I love blink. It's a great little relic. Adds a fun dynamic to the gameplay. Our speed's up, so we're going to go ahead and head that way. Looks like Cthulhu's going to start his blue. Hopefully we can end the speed and then make it all the way over to blue before the blue goes down. Probably didn't need to hit the jungle shrine. Probably should have rotated to blue first. We were able to get the XP from blue, so all is good in the world. These camps are available, so we're going to go ahead and hit these camps. Hell is in mid. Let's see if we can get a gank on her. We dash. We throw her to the Poseidon. We throw her out of the Poseidon ultimate. We do have our ultimate. We swing in and we miss. We just need one basic attack on her. Oh, good Duke. But we're able to get her. Our red buff's down, so we're going to go ahead and start working on that. We do not have our ultimate. Set is pushing our Poseidon, so we're going to try to rotate onto him. We dash, and now we're going to throw him into tower. He's going to take some shots. We hit him with the 1, and we're able to clean him up with some basic attacks. That's a bad place to be. You don't want to get caught in between a tier 1 and tier 2 tower in the middle of a lane. We're going to check the enemy red buff. If it's not there, we're going to rotate all the way left because Ymir and Artemis are very far pushed up. Kumba's pretty weak. He's in his passive state. We check the purple buff. We're checking the purple buff because the 2v1 could be a little rough. Never mind. We're going to clean up that Ymir. No problem. Artemis is all the way back by her tower line, so there's not much more for us to do over here. So with Mercury, we went with the attack speed boots. We do plan on using attack speed in our basic attacks. There are kind of two build options for Mercury. You could go the power build, starting with power boots and Erendite. And then whenever you ult somebody, you can come very close to just one-shotting them after the ult. But I think that this Golden Blade Stone Cutting Sword going into crit build is a little bit better and more consistent throughout the game. So after going into boots, we went into Stone Cutting Sword. Stone Cutting Sword is going to give us 50 physical power and 7% movement speed. Melee attacks are going to decrease the enemy's physical protections by 10 and increase our physical protections by 10. That can stack up to 3 times. So most characters in the early game, especially these squishy characters, are going to have less than 50 physical protections. Being able to reduce that down to 20 is pretty huge. It's really going to help our damage output. We ult, we're able to get the stun onto the Hell, we toss her, and Poseidon's able to gobble her up. Right there, if you notice, we tossed Hell back to Poseidon, but she didn't really move anywhere. That is because of either the cripple from the Poseidon pool or the knockup from the Poseidon Kraken. I couldn't quite tell which mechanic was preventing her from being tossed. We're going to toss Set back to our Poseidon. Work on cleaning up the Set. This Set's all over the place. I don't know where he's rotating from or rotating to. We're going to go ahead and drop the red buff. We're thinking about rotating left. The enemy team has the oracles down. So with Poseidon and myself right here and the left lane that far pushed up, I feel pretty comfortable in making a play for Gold Fury, even though they have vision on it. While we were attacking the Gold Fury, we activated our 2 to increase our attack speed just a little bit. Looking for camps. Mid Harpies is up, so we're going to work on that. Right now, we are doing a pretty good job at keeping level in this game. We've got at least 2 levels on everyone on the enemy team. After going into Stone Cutting Sword, we're going to be going into Rage. Rage is going to provide us 20 physical power and 30% critical strike chance. If we get a kill or an assist on an enemy god, we're going to gain a stack of 3% critical strike chance. At 5 stacks, which is the maximum amount of stacks you can get on Rage, we're going to gain 15 additional critical strike chance, bringing that 30% up to 45% from a single crit item. So Mercury is a pretty fast character. He's got a dash and an ultimate that is also a dash. So you can get in and out of fights pretty easily, and then you can just get a lot of basics and crits off. That's the plan. Hopefully we can execute. We're going to dash onto this hell, toss her to the wall, throw our 1. Now we're going to try to hit her with some basics. That is her immunity. Set dashes in onto the Poseidon ultimate. Poor guy. He was trying to help the hell out and just went to the wrong spot. We're going to go ahead and drop purple for our teammates. We kind of stole a little bit of XP from Cupid there, but I think it's alright. He's got a level on the Artemis, and I think he's also on a phone call, so he's a little distracted while he's playing right now. We're going to go ahead and hit the, I want to call them small harpies, but it's just the single harpy now. We're going to rotate to the mid harpies. They are here, so we're going to go ahead and drop these. Not too many camps for us to be hitting. We do have our right side harpies right now. Probably going to want to back after this. We might make a gank attempt on Odin. I think it would be much more effective to back and get Rage online so we can start stacking it. We're going to use our 1. We're able to get a poke. That is the Odin dash plus his shield. He probably didn't need to use both of those abilities. He probably should have dashed and then used his shield. Using your shield and then dashing is just going to immediately consume your shield. With a little bit of help from Cthulhu, we are able to burn down the Odin. Hell is very far pushed up in mid. We do have our ultimate, so if we can just get sight up, Set's going to cut us off. That minion also is providing vision. Looks like Poseidon's in a little bit of trouble, but it also looks like he's about to get out based on the minimap. We're going to clean up the wave. Here is the Hell. We're winding up our ultimate, but we're not actually going to cast it. We dash, but she uses her CC immunity ability. We're just going to work on landing some basic attacks. We do not want to overstay our welcome. Hell can become much faster than we can. We're going to use our ultimate. That gets her to back up just a little bit. And it was a psych. She was afraid of getting ulted, so she kind of backed up a little bit. Hell is very elusive, so we have to get close and land our basic attacks. She just has to wiggle around and cast some abilities. I feel like the longer the fight goes on, the more favorable it's going to be for Hell. So we're going to disengage. We are going to back, pick up Rage, and then after going into Rage, we're going to be going into Deathbringer. Deathbringer is going to provide 40 physical power and 25% critical strike chance. Its passive crits deal 30% more damage. So whenever Rage is fully stacked, we're going to have 45% crit. And let's add 25 to that, and now we're at 70% crit, which is pretty good. We're already hitting 825s on the jungle camps. So I think there was... No, we didn't get any kills in mid. I was going to say, I think we missed a few stacks on Rage, but we really didn't. Maybe the one on Odin, but I don't think we would have gotten the kill on Odin had we not done what we did. We're going to use our ultimate onto the Hell. We're going to dash into her, toss her away from her tower, use our basic attacks, and we're able to clean up the Hell. Poseidon's here, gets a little bit of damage onto the Set, but misses his ultimate. We're going to use our 1. That is a 655 on his 1. One more basic, and we're able to clean him up. We're going to rotate left. Ymir's looking a little weak. We do not have our ultimate, but we do have our blink and our dash. We're going to... Oh no! We dash and get caught in an Artemis trap. Ymir's getting stunned. That is a Cupid ult. Good stuff by our teammates. We're going to go ahead and rotate out of here. We could make a play for Gold Fury right here, but it looks like nobody thought of it. Since Poseidon's all the way in left, we're going to go ahead and clean up his wave. He's also backing, so there's no way he was going to get that wave. Cthulhu is pushing Odin under his Phoenix. A little aggressive, and I'm kind of surprised the enemy team hasn't rotated over to handle that. We're going to work on the enemy blue buff because it is here. We let our Cthulhu know. No. We're going to go ahead and back. We don't have enough money for Deathbringer, so we're going to sell our wards, and that's going to give us just the right amount. Getting Deathbringer online is much more valuable than 2 wards. We can always buy some more wards, but the power spike from Deathbringer is going to really help us on our damage output. Poseidon is on red, so we're going to clean up his wave. Go ahead and hit the jungle shrine. Now we're going to rotate to blue. Hell is pushing Poseidon. There is no way Cthulhu is going to be able to get this blue because he's all the way at the Phoenix line. Poseidon's getting the mid harpies. He's probably going to rotate back. We're going to rotate forward. We catch Set in the jungle. Let's see if we can do anything to him. We're going to dash, toss him into the wall. Poseidon's here. That's an Aegis from Set. And we're able to clean him up with some basics. We're going to use our ultimate. Oh, Hell was able to CC immune that. Good for her. And Poseidon's able to clean her up. Looking left, the enemy team is a little far pushed up, so we're going to rotate over. If our team was that far pushed up on their side, we probably would not rotate over. Our team's able to clean up 1. We miss. We're going to use our 1. A lot of CC here. A wasted Poseidon ult, but that's alright. We're going to go ahead and disperse, look for enemy camps. We probably could have pushed that tower since we had 4 people there. Oracles are up. We're going to go ahead and hit this. We probably should have checked the enemy red buff. We're going to go ahead and work on the Oni Fury. I think between Poseidon and myself, we should be able to get it, no problem. Our purple's up. Our teammates are too far to be near it, so we're just going to go ahead and drop it. They might be able to pick up the enemy purple. Set is on our Cupid. We're so far from the fight, and we've already kind of switched our attention to farming camps that I don't think we're really going to be able to participate much here. We're going to go ahead and back. Cupid is able to get the pick on 1, but Artemis is also rotating in. So a bit of a tussle in left lane. After getting Deathbringer online, we're going to be going into Wind Demon. Wind Demon is going to provide 25 physical power, 15% attack speed, and 15% crit strike, which is going to bring our 70% up to 85%. And then the Wind Demon passive, crits provide 10% penetration and increase your attack speed and movement speed by 20% for 5 seconds. So, a couple of synergistic things going on there. We already have a decent amount of crit, so whenever we crit, we're going to gain some penetration. That's going to be helpful against some of the tankier characters. Then gaining the increased attack speed and movement speed is also going to be helpful. 20% of that movement speed, or 20% movement speed, is going to be converted into a little bit of power for Mercury. We're going to dash onto the Shamir, toss him into the wall, and we're able to clean him up. We are 2 kills away from a godlike. Let's see if we can make it happen. Our teammate got invited to an Xbox party by the enemy Howl, so of course he had to join and talk some smack. We're going to go ahead and clean up the mid wave because he was joining a party. Work on the side harpies. Probably our right side harpies next. We missed blue, but that's alright. We're already level 20. Right now we're kind of just farming for gold, not necessarily XP. So it looks like their enemy jungler is struggling. He's only a 14, but I get it. Set is one of those characters where I understand his kit in theory, but whenever it comes time to executing it in a game, I struggle. So when I see a Set struggle, I can relate to it. We're going to use our dash. She uses her CC immunity. We're going to work. Oh no. 3 people here. We're going to try to dash out with our ultimate. And unfortunately, we get taken out right as we're about to dash out. Our teammate joins back. So right there, as soon as we saw Hell get her CC immunity off, we had to make the choice of either pursue her with our basic attacks or dip out. Thinking it was just her, we're like, alright, let's pursue her for just a little bit. We only need to land 2 or 3 basic attacks and we should be able to get her. But she was very elusive. Once she heals herself, she's going to gain some increased movement speed. Then I heard the Odin and the set came out of nowhere. If I knew the set and Odin were there, I definitely would have backed up. I think we might be able to get a tower here. That is an Odin ult. One of our teammates picked up the Phantom Veil. That's going to allow all of our teammates who get tagged by it to walk through enemy structures. So the Ymir wall or the Odin cage, we'd be able to just walk right through it. Our speed's up, so we're going to go ahead and hit this bad boy. Our red's up. That's probably the next thing we're going to go for. Our team's a little all over the place right now. We could try to group up and make a play for Fire Giant. We're going to go ahead and get the oracles real quick. So Hell is a little far pushed up in left jungle. We're going to immediately turn around and see if we can cut her off. That is a Kumbhakarna ult, and Kumbha's able to clean it up. Artemis is a little far pushed up, chasing our Cupid. We do have our ultimate. Let's see if we can hit a big ult. We cannot. We missed it. We have 4 people versus the 2 people here. We're going to go ahead and dash onto the Ymir. Throw him back to our Cupid. So I don't think Mercury can cast his ability through walls or his 1. I do not know how that 1 connected with that Ymir. Maybe it's different for player made structures? Probably. That's probably what it is. I imagine you could use your 1 on the other side of an Odin cage, so it's probably the same for Ymir wall. But if it was a natural wall, you would not be able to. We're able to get the pick onto the set. That makes us 13-1-8, and the enemy team surrenders. If you guys enjoyed the game, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you feel like you learned anything at all, check out the channel and subscribe for more content. These stats for this game will be posted in just a moment. Thanks for stopping by. Have a great day. I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.